And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast, the podcast, the podcast.
Yeah.
Big D and Bubba podcast.
What did you do to my sign?
I wrote the same, but in different
words.
Had to do that one to start off the year. If you love music, you need to download the Pickle Jar app. Show some gratitude to your favorite artists. You can tip, like in a bar or whatever. You can do the merch. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. You can even do fundraising and support great causes around town simply by using the Pickle Jar app. Download it because they also have exclusive content and giveaways and trips and all kinds of things that you can't get anywhere else. It's good for your iPhone, good for your Droid, picklejar.com, as we are back here in a brand new year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio. O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Okay. So I keep following the trying to get a Speaker of the House, and they're on their
They still haven't done it?
wealth.
Is it 12? Okay.
It's on the 12th one. And it's kind of one of those things, like, I didn't really know a whole lot about it, how it's done. I thought it was just kind of really more of a,
Whoever controls it and makes it, and it's done, and they say, we'll make Ed the Speaker.
yeah,
Because they don't have, other than being in line for the presidency, do they have any real power?
Oh my gosh!
got a
Yes,
lot of
I don't
power.
know.
Speaker
I don't
has
know
a
if the
ton of
Speaker
power.
does.
yeah. Well, a lot of people don't, but it's it's a big role. It's highly coveted and very powerful. But
They're third in line, right? For
let's
Aren't they third in line?
Speaker is third in line.
third in
Yeah.
line after the
vice president.
Yeah. I was listening to something. What's the majority needed?
218.
And they can't get it. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. I am so, I don't know. I guess maybe the older I get, the more I see through it all, and just how dumb it is. I'll say this too. The older you get, the more you realize there are very few experts in the world.
Yep.
Very, very few.
If I didn't learn anything from COVID, I learned that.
It's
Yep.
Yep.
Like, okay. You guys are experts? Okay.
Yeah.
Experts who
And
don't like to be questioned or have, okay.
yeah, and it goes in with everything. It's you just assume that because someone is in a position that they are, they're different, they're better. They're not.
I trust my doctor, but I've had my doctor say things to me that I know were crap.
Yeah.
And she's a doctor.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm smarter than her, blah, blah, blah. I get it. She's a doctor. But, I mean, sometimes your doctor says some dumb stuff. Just because somebody did, like, what? And Vivica had a doctor not long ago say some really stupid stuff to her. And I don't want to get into it, but it was like, what? This is just basic. What are you talking about? Oh, my God. It just, the whole thing. I don't trust that the people who get elected to Congress know what the frick they're doing.
They
'Cause
don't.
They don't.
But
It's high
dude,
school.
They
Yes.
have your best interests in mind.
It's high school, and they get there, and they get kickbacks and all this stuff. And growing up, I would hear that. This was not new,
Yeah.
but I didn't really understand what that meant. I
The
just
pork,
thought they were
the pork stuff and
yeah,
getting their family and friends jobs.
I didn't know any of that stuff. It's right back to high school. It never ends. Just like Bowling for Soup says. Is that right?
Did Bowling for
they do?
Soup say that?
Yeah. High school never ends. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like the only song
the
that
only
makes me feel
Bowling for Soup song
a
you
little
know?
hip. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. But yeah, so watching
As
this
Nerf
is
Herder said, popular.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Popular. I'm head of the class.
And I think a lot of them they mean well, and they see what I'm saying now, and then they get elected and they get there.
Yeah, well, that's it. Everybody goes in, they get into politics because they want to make a change. Every single one does. But the way we Remember the first time you watched House of Cards season 1 and how you felt like, is this really how it is?
Yep.
And then Patrick would watch like West Wing and come in and tell us like these crazy
No,
stories.
no. West Wing is what we wish it was. Okay, politics aside, left, right, whatever. It's all people trying their best, have their best interests at heart. House of Cards is obviously evil
showed
and
the
pragmatic,
corruption.
but it's not that. Politics is not House of Cards. Politics is Veep. Okay, if you've never watched Veep,
Never watched that.
go watch it. Go watch the first 2 seasons at least. It literally is, and it's a comedy, and I get it. It's farcical, but it's closer to that than it is to House of Cards. They're not plotting and killing each other behind the scenes and doing all this sinister planning stuff. A little bit of that goes on, but mostly it's just people who got there because they figured out that they were kind of good looking and could talk good enough.
Yep.
That's who got in.
And they
That's it.
knew people and they rode the coattails of somebody ahead of them.
And you see it in everything. It's in listen, beautiful people have it. They have a better shaken life. They do.
I mean, that's how you got where you are.
That's exactly right. In a medium where you can't see me. But it's I don't know.
Dude,
It's
how many people get
frustrating.
jobs because they have? I love this. This is my favorite thing. You see radio people get hired to do a local radio show over people who are industry veterans, people who know what they're doing, and they go and they hire somebody because, well, they've got 500,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
That's
here.
great. None of those people are going to listen to their radio show.
Did you see there was
And-
a big article at the beginning of the year, toward the end of the year? I don't know if it was Vanity Fair, I forget it was New York Times, but they were talking about Nepo babies. All the nepotism babies, all the nepotism in Hollywood. And of course, it extends to other industries, but
Hollywood, it's very
Hollywood,
in your
it's
face.
very rampant. And when you try to, anybody that you see in Hollywood, if you get on Wiki and you see who their parents were or their uncle, they usually have some connection that it's very rare to find anybody anymore who doesn't. I think they were saying Zendaya, and there's like one more who is the only one that didn't have any sort of connection right now, that everybody has somebody that got them in.
Oh, of course.
And that's why.
I mean,
it's all who you
this
know.
is the whole thing. Yeah. It's
But people really
And we
like Drew
elect-
Barrymore.
and we elect people.
No, I'm
to,
real. I'm so real. I'm so relatable. This is why they gave me a talk show. It's not because
I have 3 generations
Yes.
of an acting. That woman wouldn't know the real world if it bit her.
No, not at all.
And that's not her fault. That's the environment she's
No.
raised in because she comes from an
But
acting dynasty.
we elect people because they have last names that we know.
Yep.
Right.
Oh my God, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. And I'm not, again, this is not Republican, Democrat. This is all of it.
Yeah,
we
'cause
elect people
you got the
because they had
Bushes. It's a
fam-
whole family.
Oh, yeah.
You got the Kennedys. It's a whole
And now
family.
they're talking about who could run for president for maybe Michelle Obama. What? Why?
because she
What
has a name
makes-
everybody knows.
because it's all that matters. Is because we
So
know this person's
Idiocracy is
name.
here. The movie
Oh,
Idiocracy is.
has long since come, and it's only a matter of time before we get President Macho Camacho with the M16 at the friggin' State of the Union address.
What was
I don't
the-
think I've ever seen that.
But it
Oh my
has
God, that one scene is worth the whole movie.
No, the whole
So-
movie to me, but it has electrolytes.
Yeah, I mean,
When they're
it's-
sitting there debating on whether or not to use water to water the plants or the Gatorade type thing, but it has electrolytes. Electrolytes make you happy. It gives you life.
Oh.
yeah.
And they're just totally
And they're
the
killing all the
dumbest.
plants by pouring salt on plants. basically,
What's
'cause they're too stupid.
Idiocracy? It's a
Idiocracy.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
one of the
thing is,
funniest
it's like-
movies.
It's actually kind of scary now when you watch it because the beginning of the movie starts with you got these 2 people who are super smart. One's a scientist, one's a PhD lawyer, or whatever. And then they, we're not going to have kids right now because I'm working on my career and John is starting the new thing. And so they put it off until they're in their 40s, and then they go, oh, crap, we missed it and we didn't have any kids. Or at best, real life scenario, you have one, and then who has the most kids? It's not always the modern people. And so the population tends to get down.
Dumber.
And I'm not saying, before I get hate mail, that everybody with more than 2 kids is stupid. I'm just saying sometimes stupid people have a lot of kids and smart people don't. And then what happens is we're literally breeding out intelligence.
Oh.
And
then they
that's
have a
how we
guy-
got Idiocracy.
And then
Is
you
that
have a
what the
guy
movie is
from
about?
That's
now.
the movie starts that way. And then there's a guy from Now like present day, 1990.
But he's just a
whenever this is.
regular dude, not like
Right,
smart, nothing. He's just a dude.
He gets frozen in some military experiment, and then when they unfreeze him, he's like the smartest person on earth because he has
Oh, I
he
get
has
it.
an IQ of like 100, which is
okay, I
baseline, and everyone else is a moron. Everyone,
so
and the
funny.
president is a professional wrestler because of course it is. And honestly,
Oh, Macho Camacho.
Macho Camacho, this big old dude who
It's,
comes out
what's his
with
name?
his shirt off. Yeah, it's
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, right?
so
He comes
great.
out with his shirt off in the thing when standing there, and he goes, "Come on, y'all!" I mean, dang. Like, that's his whole thing, and that's his. And they show the teleprompter, and it's on the teleprompter. They're just saying exactly like that.
And then they have like the narrator going,
so good.
and the president, and it's all very serious. And it's, dude, I
Idiocracy. I
can't
have to
believe
watch
you've
that.
never
Oh,
seen it.
I'd like to watch that.
Carson,
And
you've
I
never seen it?
mean-
Yeah, because I haven't heard you chime in once about
Nope.
We're like this far away.
Yeah.
It's-
Carson, are you? I started watching Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, and
I like it. So, Kaleidoscope is a Netflix series. As there's 8, I think, and they're in different. There are different colors of the name of the titles, and you can watch them in any order you want, and it changes the way the story is. I'm trying to figure out how it changes the story, though. I'm only watching. Of course, I'm watching it through, 3 episodes, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out. Well, if you watch it in a different way, how does it change?
right. Like, what do you?
Have you watched it?
No, I was going to start it this weekend when I am possibly paying attention. I
Okay.
find that when I watch Netflix, I have a real nasty habit of picking up my phone and I start scrolling.
Yeah, this
And
is one you can't.
But again-
I know you have to pay attention.
And
to
again,
this.
Kaleidoscope, the idea is Netflix shuffles the episodes for you, or you can choose to watch it in whatever order you want.
Yeah, they'll give you just whatever. I went and there's some TikTok guy was like, "Hey, this is a new show. I watched it in this sequence. Green, violet, blue, whatever.
Oh, it's
and
not 1, 2, 3, and 4 and all that.
now
it's
they're colors.
colors.
And I really liked it, the story that way. And other people have said they liked it that way too. So I just went with that.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
It's kind of one that I want to watch it again, but change up the order and see if
Yeah.
it totally changes the story. It seems like
It's going to end the
or
same,
if you
right?
notice something different because
No.
it was shown to you in a different way. That I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't go back and it's not
Well,
like you can unwatch it.
they want you to end up on white.
Does it always end up on white, or do they shuffle that as well?
No, I think they always end it on white.
Okay.
If they do it, if you let
So that
Netflix
is the
do it.
final episode if you let them choose
Yeah.
it for you. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean you don't obviously you can do it however you want, but I think it wouldn't quite make sense.
Mm.
It's not perfect. It's it's not a perfect puzzle. It's
That's really
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, that's-
Arrested Development did that with season 4.
Really?
Arrested Development season 4, in theory, you could watch in any order and you would be able to get
Mm-hmm.
the gist of the story. That being said, the creator had to go back and reboot season 4 because it wasn't great when you randomized it. So instead, he made it streamlined. So that's why I'm excited to see if Kaleidoscope can do a better job.
Hey,
I'll tell you an old show that I got into. I like watching old TV shows and finding the ones that are streaming for free or on a service I already have. And so you think about radio TV shows. We always talk about WKRP.
WKRP.
Everybody talking about how great it was because we work
Frasier
in
was
music
pretty
radio.
good.
I didn't really watch Frasier, but one thing I think I watched when it was on the first season, but I never watched after that was News Radio. And that's streaming for free on Prime. And I'm going to tell you, I really like it.
It's
It really
great.
is.
It's
it
so
just reminds
good.
me of when I did work in news radio for a little while when I was like 18 and 19, but also just being in a building with that many employees at a radio station, that was a different time, and they all do kind of act like.
isn't Rogan in that?
Yes.
Joe Rogan's in
Yep.
that. And it's not, at least right now I'm in season 2, I think. And it was a while since I watched season 1. They don't do a lot about what's going on the air. It's all behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's just people in an office, but they are just enough little radio.
So it's not
gags in there.
dated or anything like that? Like they.
They make news references.
Yeah, it's-
I'm
it's-
working on that
current
Newt
events.
Gingrich piece, but it doesn't.
But
It
not
has nothing
dated
to
as
do
in-
with the plot.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like made up names
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
don't know.
Of course.
Okay.
Do you ever watch morning? What's it called?
Morning edition or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, what's
With,
we're close.
The one with Kyle Chandler or the one with
No.
Reese
The one-
Witherspoon?
Reese Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
This is about the TV show. I never
Yeah.
watched that. It's called The Morning Show, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the morning
I
show.
don't have Apple. I don't
I
watch
watched a little bit of it. It's pretty good. It's I don't know. I start having some PTS.
because it's
Deep
Reese
issue.
Witherspoon. Let's just call it what it is, right? Like I know, America's sweetheart, but man, no, it's
Are
a
you
no
saying
for
you
me,
don't
dog.
like Reese Witherspoon?
I don't.
I don't like Reese.
I
I
didn't like-
love
I stopped-
Sweet Home Alabama, and I love Legally Blonde.
Yeah,
But
I'm right there with
I mean,
you.
she was great and Walk the Line.
We watched
but,
Four
ugh,
Christmases for the.
I don't. I'm being
Yeah,
nice.
I don't think
I
Walk the
thought-
Line was one of my
But
favorites.
did she win the
Joaquin
Academy
was-
Award?
Well, she did,
Yeah.
even though Joaquin should have, but that's
Well,
fine.
Agreed.
Like, he was great, but
I watched Four Christmases. I'd never seen it. I mean, it was all right. But the one thing takeaway from that was, wow, that must be the fattest Tim McGraw ever got. That was the most out of shape he ever. That was the peak. Like he
You
got
think
to
he
a
saw
point-
himself in
I
that
think he
movie
saw
and-
himself in that movie and went, "Nah, I'm fixing no," because that does not at all look like the guy that we know for
Was
the last
Tim
10
McGraw
years. 15
bigger
years.
than this?
No, no.
I mean,
God,
no,
no,
like-
no. I'm sitting here
By
looking
fat
like
Tim,
this,
we
calling
mean
him
like
Tim. I'm just saying,
176.
on the scale of Tim McGraw, that was the one, and then now he's back. He's like
Okay.
swung back because I don't ever remember Tim McGraw being pudgy, and I don't think it's makeup or anything. I just think that was and I'm like, oh boy, he must have lost 50 pounds since then, or 40 pounds.
Can I update it? We have a House Speaker. I don't know who this Jeffries. I don't know who that is.
oh, did he win?
Or
Okay,
did he really win?
Who is
you
that?
Do you know
serious?
anything about that?
I don't know who he is.
He's
Oh,
Democrat,
wow,
right?
That is
How can the Democrat
crazy.
win a what?
I
The
don't know.
Republic? What?
Doesn't that mean the Republicans just stopped showing up?
I'm
Wow,
messing-
he's
I'm
messing with
kidding.
me. He
What are you
knows.
doing? Oh my gosh! All day today, you've
I've
been,
been-
that guy.
I've been the guy going, oh my God, Liam Neeson dead at 68.
Oh,
So we're
Just
having
to
to
get
go.
our reaction, you
oh
go,
my gosh!
What?
yeah. It's not funny, D. It's not funny
No,
anymore.
it's not.
not.
I
It's
am
not.
that idiot.
I love how he played it off as who is Jeffries, even though he knows that's the guy. Like you did it well. You did.
He does
you
do it well.
just, oh, I hate you.
I don't like it.
I'm sorry, Carson. I really apologize, and I mean that.
For all my savvy and street smart, when people tell me something, I take it at face value.
You do.
Because you know
You're
you
so
want to trust
cute.
them.
Right? Like, there are whole realms of high school and college and this industry that I didn't know were going on because I am so blissfully, oh, it's cool. You told me A, so I believe A. My bad. You actually are doing Z over there. Liar.
You said 218?
Yeah.
You said 218?
218, yeah.
McCarthy got 218.
No, really?
No.
No. Of course- You did it again.
Oh,
I just fell for
man.
it. Yeah.
The jerkster called and
Yeah.
they're running
No,
out
the
of
last.
you.
So everyone was talking about how it's the first time in 100 years that we've gone past the first ballot, but now it's gotten to the point where this hasn't happened since before the Civil War.
Yep.
Like 1859, when they were right. The next thing that happened was the whole country broke apart because they couldn't even get a majority of people to pick who was going to be Speaker of the House. Not the best.
Let's don't put those
I'm
dots
just
together.
Saying, I'm just saying that's the kind of crap we're pulling.
Do you want me to get on the JPL's Meteor Watch?
Here we go.
I mean,
Here we go.
No, I don't.
Every time I see some kind of a meteor,
Asteroid.
Is
asteroid.
JPL like a rocket company?
Yeah,
jet
it's a-
propulsion.
Yes, I
laboratory.
was listening to a whole podcast
Yeah.
about the guy that founded it, who was super into the occult and weird stuff, and he worked with L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, that's
Did they
fine.
really?
That's great.
That's fine.
So
Just
uh,
telling
fine,
you what I
everything's
know.
fine.
Just telling you what I know.
today,
Dianetics.
today there's an airplane-sized asteroid passing by. Not too bad. Let me go to on January 12th. 1.9 million miles. I wish they would tell you how far that is, like in football fields. But there's a 140 foot across asteroid going to zip by Earth, 1.9 million miles away, which is not very far.
Did you see
Fine.
Carson? Did you see Miscavige is missing? Is that I'm saying his name right? From the Scientology.
Oh, yeah, like the head guy.
David Miscavige.
Yeah, they're trying to serve him.
Yeah, and he noped
bounced.
out. He bounced. He may be on that asteroid. Yeah, his wife went missing.
He went into the volcano.
She's still missing?
Oh yeah, they never found
nobody's
her.
seen her.
Yeah, she's
No, she's fine. We swear.
yeah, she's
Don't look under.
yeah, nothing to see here.
See, yeah, but that's been years that
Yeah,
she's been
it's
missing.
been a long time. Yeah, she's
Leah
I watched-
Remini has been calling for her.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. Leah Remini from King of Queens.
And who's the boss?
Wow, I didn't realize that they never found the wife.
Nope. She's nowhere to be found.
No, she's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't look at the crystal.
yeah. And so
What did you do to my sign?
Thank you, Bubba. That was actually well timed. That's good.
so, yeah, he's gone. He's who knows? He's under some sort of scalpel at the moment,
Yeah, right?
getting a whole new nose
Right?
and chin.
New face.
He may be the person transitioning that everyone keeps talking about. I don't know.
It might be him.
Might be
Could
him.
Maybe Tom Cruise is hiding him.
Yeah. Could
I
be.
mean,
Could be. I'm listening.
dude's got money for it. So Scientology.
Aren't they like best buds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he knows where the wife is.
I mean,
I like Tom Cruise. I can't.
the problem, I
Tom
do
Cruise.
too.
That's the weird thing. It's like I thought he was nuts. I checked out on Tom Cruise when he did the whole jumping on the sofa
Of
for
course.
Oprah.
Most of us did.
I'm like,
man.
dude, we get it. You're an actor. You're
Yes.
acting like you're in love. Okay, next. I was like, dude, come on, come
Oh,
on.
agreed. Everybody felt that.
And
but
so I checked out on him, but I have come around over the last couple of years, and I'm like, I'm back in.
I never gave up because I'll tell you why. Tom Cruise still bona fide movie star. Whether
Oh,
it came
100%.
to like all his movies, whether it's Mission Impossibles or like was it like the Jack Ryan or something, whatever that character is that he does. But man, he's all like he's a movie star.
Yeah.
And like obviously Maverick, we all went to see it 86 times. It's that good. Tom Cruise is that good.
Yeah.
I wish it was like older days where you didn't know as much about him or it was very controlled.
Talked about that last night. We
Yeah.
were talking about how nowadays you can't like celebrities anymore because every single celebrity, every single person has one opinion that is your, deal breaker. You can't have that friend in your life because of one or two things.
Yeah, we gotta get past
that's
that.
but that's the problem is where we're at right now is that everybody's there. They're like, oh, you don't like Trump, you're out. Oh, you like Trump, you're out. It's like, stop.
Not everybody. Most people have sins. We need to come back to the place
most
where we
people
have
have
sins.
sense.
I don't know.
And most people are in that.
I mean,
You have a spectrum that you go to the left or the right
Oh,
or whatever.
you eat meat, you're out.
But-
Oh, you don't eat meat, you're out.
Most
again-
people who are like that aren't out there with signs.
those are
and
the
picketing or
miserable
anything.
people who don't have any friends. But unfortunately, they're on Twitter trying to ruin the world for the
They're
rest of us.
very loud.
Oh, speaking of Twitter, I've been watching this chick
Twitter files?
who not Twitter, I meant TikTok. She is really good at reading lips, and she is going and when they show the Senate floor where they're
Oh, my
talking.
gosh. The House for
the
this
House
thing
floor,
that's going on right now?
yeah, because it's just like C-SPAN cameras,
Right.
and they will have guys or senators or whoever talking, whatever they're called, and congressman, yeah, thanks, and she just starts telling you what they're saying. I was like, wow.
Or it could be like, NFL.
I've seen those
bad
too.
lip reading
They've
where
done the
just
same.
doing
They
it.
did that too
Yeah.
with the NFL.
I don't need a lip reader to tell me what Tom Brady is saying. He has been very, very clear over these last couple of games.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
I saw his new
Saying a lot of
girlfriend.
bad words.
Oh, he has a new
Well, Tom Brady got a
girlfriend?
new girlfriend?
Yeah.
Is she hot?
Did you really ask that question?
Is
Rain wet?
Okay,
Is she hot?
here's the new quiz. Is she over 25?
Oh, over under on. Is she over 25?
Okay, I'll look
Okay,
it
let
I'm
me
going to
look.
say
Tom
no.
Brady.
No. Tom Brady girlfriend. Everybody Googling.
I'm gonna say.
I say she's not.
I'm gonna say
Veronica
she's o-
Radjic. Let's look that up.
Veronica.
Veronica.
Veronica
Oh.
Radjic. I have no idea. Oh gosh, 26.
See, told
Wow.
Because did you know even Leo is starting to date older?
What?
26 is not older. Tom Brady is older than me.
No, but
Okay.
Leo. She's talking about Leo.
But
Leo,
Leo,
they're
who-
always 18.
That
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
expiration dates. You turn 25, Leo kicks
Oh.
you to the curb with a jogging suit. But
Brady, good lord. All right,
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah, you know Leo does that. He gives not like the gift basket that Jeter did, but he gives parting gifts. You get a tracksuit and a pair of sneaks on the way out. But Leo has been spotted partying with a bunch of models who are 27.
What?
Look at him
Unbelievable.
maturing.
I bet they're all part of his book club.
I got to stop looking at this. I don't need this in my Google image search. I don't like. Wow. Were you looking at?
the
pictures?
first-
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I'm looking at her picture, and like, there's a picture of her wearing a Tom Brady jersey at one of the games, and I swear she looks like half of country music's wives.
Like recently wearing a Brady jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, see, it would have been cuter if she was a fan like when she was 10.
But doesn't she look like everybody's wife?
They all have the same
They
plastic
all
surgeon,
look
man.
alike.
She pretty.
I don't know,
though.
but she's really
No, she
pretty.
real-
It's not
yeah, I
overdone.
mean-
She
I will
real
say
pretty.
this. It is a little bit weird that he's dating someone who was in preschool when he won his first Super Bowl. That's a little weird. That's come on, man. All right.
I mean,
hey.
cheers, Brady. Look, yeah.
Congrats, Tom.
Yeah, okay.
I have come around on Tom. I hated him for so long, and now I'm all in on him.
Really?
I
you
do.
just want someone older than you to keep playing in the NFL. That's what it was. That's how I feel. I'm like, Drew Brees retired and he was older than me too. I'm like, oh, what up? Come on. So yeah, I think there's only a couple of guys over 40
Zennial's
in the
getting
NFL.
it done. Go, Tom.
Veronica
we need.
Rajic, is that how you say it? Or Rahak?
Sure.
Check her.
Just say hot Veronica. They know.
Just Google Tom Brady girlfriend.
Veronica
it pops
with a
up.
K. Where is she from? Slovakian?
Yeah, she's some
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those. Yeah.
What is a Slovak?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Because
what you said.
Czechoslovakia doesn't exist.
No, Slovakia does.
Does it?
Yes.
I don't know.
They broke that country
know.
up into the Czech Republic and Slovakia and a couple of other smaller countries.
Look, man, as much as we've been
Today
giving
I
them
learned.
money.
Today on European Geography with Big D and Bubba.
I was just going to say,
All
with
right,
as
Bubba.
much money as we've been giving the Ukraine, I bet you 99% of America couldn't tell you where they are on a globe.
Nope. No, you're right. Slovakia is a country.
Yes.
It looks like a
right.
made up.
It's like
flag.
one of those
Are
names.
you ready?
Slovakia
don't-
is like the name of the country
Oh,
where,
I'm not.
what is it, the Princess Diaries was from?
I don't.
Was
Yeah.
Julie Andrews?
All right, you ready? We're going to play Is This or Is It Not a European country? Are you ready?
No, we're awesome at
Yes.
Latvia.
Yes.
this. Yes.
Okay. Malta.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes, Malta's a country. It is.
George Clooney has a house there. That's the only reason I know.
Oh, Malta. Yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
No, that is not a
Oh, it's
European
not
country.
Europe,
It's
it's
in
Africa.
Oh, European. Okay, gotcha.
I thought you meant real country.
What? Croatia.
Yes, it's a real
European
country.
country.
Yes, that is a European country. Yes. It's pretty fun, actually. No, that's all I got. I don't even know if there's any. Slovenia.
Yes.
Slovenia
Yes,
is
that is
real.
a real country. So we have Slovakia, Slovenia.
I mean, you could,
And-
if giving yourself some time, you could come up with fake ones.
Oh, of course. If I
Throw
really.
people
Of
off.
course I could. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
this isn't
yes,
that hard.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
wow,
Exactly.
European geography. Wait, what? Slovakia is a country? Meanwhile, there are people listening to us in Europe going,
Oh boy.
really?
You Americans.
People are listening to us in Europe.
No, they are. There are. There's always
Where, like
five.
Transylvania?
Yeah,
See, fake
somebody-
place.
Transylvania's not real.
no, not
I mean
a real
it's
place.
It was.
Yeah, it doesn't
It was,
exist
exactly.
anymore.
Apollonia.
Not real.
That's a
Not real.
singer.
No. Yes. Exactly. There's a singer. She dated Prince for a while.
Right.
That's the thing.
Barovia.
Not real. Now you're just making. You're just
That's
going
actually
made
from
up
G.I.
ones.
Joe. But it was like when they.
What's
they
the name of the
needed
country in the
fictional
Princess
locations.
Diaries?
Genovia.
Genovia.
That's
Look,
it.
you knew
You
it.
guys keep-
Why
That's
did
what I was
you
talking
know
about.
that?
Know that.
Because I tried to go there. It was awkward. Yeah. And then I'm like, all right, well, you got anything to Wakanda?
Liechtenstein. Anyone?
Liechtenstein, that's real.
That is a real place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
There's so many Hallmark movies at Christmas that involve a prince from some little teeny tiny country you've never heard of, and probably they're never real. I'm assuming they're not
gosh.
real. I don't know.
I want to everyone just take a minute and think of the fact that Big D dropped Genovia right away.
From the Princess
Like,
Diaries.
What about Morvania? Morvania, I mean.
That's not real.
Morvania?
Yeah, that's from Jim. It was
Oh.
ruled by Queen Adriana Slododak.
Wow.
I didn't think that was a country. I thought that was like another planet.
All right.
What about
I think
Lilliput?
It's Lilliput, not
That's
a real
real.
place. No, it's not.
Yeah,
That's
there's
from
Lilliputians.
Gulliver's. That's from Gulliver's Travels.
Oh, that's not real.
That's not real.
Xenu?
I'm not saying anything anymore.
Pan Am?
Pan Am.
No, Pan Am.
Panem.
Pan Am.
You mean like the Hunger Games?
from the Hunger Games.
Oh.
See, movies I've seen.
What district are you?
I would like to think I'm in the Capitol. Thank you.
Oh, fancy. It's your multicolored hair. Fine then.
You'd be the guy going, "Hello, everyone.
I'm Caesar. Yes.
Welcome to the
Welcome
games."
to the 67th annual Hunger Games. Children are gonna die. It's gonna be spectacular.
It's great.
That took me a while. I didn't know anything about it, and I'd heard of it, and I didn't know what it was about at all. And I started watching it, and it took me a sec to really kind of figure out
What was
wait,
going on?
what?
Wait, what's the one now?
I said,
When the books got super popular, I went on Wikipedia and I read the synopsis of the first book. And a friend of mine's like, "You want to read The Hunger Games so we can go see the movie?" And I go, "It's children murdering children. No, I don't want to do that." And
Oh,
then
here's an even better one. I didn't read the books, and I was single at the time talking to this girl on one of those apps, and she hadn't read the books. It was like we heard that the movie was a thing. So we went out to dinner and a movie on our first date, and that's the movie we went to see. The kids trying to kill each other in the, so that their people cannot starve in their district. I'm like, yeah, this is the
wasn't
worst
a good
first
date?
date movie ever. Oh God, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I would have thought that would have
Little
been a
girl
good, fun
dies
movie
and
to
all
go
this
to.
stuff.
I
No,
went to
it's
go
not
see it 4
fun.
times in the theater.
Yeah, I love the whole. I mean, I read the series before the first book even came out.
Okay.
And good
not
friend
my
of
thing.
ours, Alexander Ludwig.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is he
Yes.
in that?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he is.
Peeta.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
He
so
is
it
the
was long
last
before
one
I
to
knew
die
him.
before Katniss and Peeta win. Spoiler.
how's the whole thing end?
Uh,
I punch it out. I haven't
Okay.
seen it when.
So
the only
the
part
end of-
where she's out and they come in and they pick her up.
Oh, that's the end of the second movie. So then you have 2 more movies, which is actually the third book split into
Oh
2.
God! I thought he was asking how the first movie ended. I didn't get past the first movie.
Oh no, you have to go through the rest of it to
No.
see the rest of the story.
How does
I'm
just
good.
tell
The
me.
third book's not great, but effectively, the woman who they capture Snow, who's Donald Sutherland,
President.
right?
Okay.
So they're gonna kill him, but then somebody basically says to Katniss, "You do understand that the woman who is now going to take over is no better than him. So instead of killing Snow like she was supposed to, she kills the new president." Because it's old boss, same as the new boss, right? And so instead now it fast forwards like 15 years and they've gone back into kind of a republic ruled by the people. And she and Peeta are together and they have 2 kids.
In the woods.
In
They have
District
a little.
12.
They have a little house
So
in the woods.
They have
So
a
some
peat-
teenagers managed to save the world by being good at shooting arrows.
Yes.
Yes, she did.
And camouflage, because Peter was really good at camouflage.
He was.
He could make himself look like a cake if he wanted to.
I have a Peeta blanket. I loved him so much, Josh Hutcherson.
He could really be him.
You have a blanket with a guy's face on it?
I have like 3 blankets. No, 4.
Okay, who do
4
you
blankets
have?
with
Hold on,
guys'
faces on them?
Let's guess.
And
Okay.
Alexander Skarsgård, because
You
I've
know
seen
that
that
one.
one.
You know
I
that
don't
one.
even know who he is, but I know she has a blanket, and I have memorized his name.
Oh my God! This is really in your
Alexander
house.
Skarsgård was in the that Viking movie, The Northman,
Yes,
right?
he's
Yeah.
also in True Blood. He was in he was
Okay.
Nicole Kidman's husband in Big Little Lies.
Okay, so we have Peeta. What's that guy's name?
Josh Hutcherson.
Okay, Alexander Skarsgård, and you have 2 others.
Oh, a
Is
monkey.
one of them from?
A monkey? No.
Mickey
No, is one of them
Dolenz.
from The Walking Dead?
Yes.
No, Norman Reedus.
Reedus.
Correct.
Okay.
One more blanket.
Who is Carson's other blanket?
And
Is
also,
it,
who would be
Garth
is I'm a
Brooks.
actor or music?
Oh, I used to have a Garth Afghan, but it was just the G. I don't know where that went.
Actor
We left
or
that
music?
over there with all the helicopters.
Actor.
Actor. Okay.
It's a guy.
Dexter.
No, that'd be
okay.
dope.
Oh,
It's the guy, the guy with the eyebrows from
Wow.
Schitt's Creek.
No, it's not Dan Levy.
Okay.
That's a good guess.
that is a good guess.
No, it's going to be so obvious once you figure it out.
It's going to be
it's
Joe
super
Elliott
obvious?
from Def Leppard.
No, she
No,
said
It's an actor.
I do not have a Def Leppard blanket. Although
an
Joe Elliott
actor.
was in a movie.
actor.
What's
What does she love
what's
as
her
much as she loves The Walking
big,
Dead and
um,
Dexter?
Is it a
Walking Dead,
TV or
Dexter.
movie
Yeah.
actor?
I am a basic white girl.
Okay. Tom Cruise?
It's
No, I mean,
movies.
Brad Pitt?
It's
No.
movies.
What?
Yep.
It's Brad Pitt?
It's Brad Pitt.
No, it's not Brad
Oh,
Pitt.
you-
No, no,
kinda-
no. No, you said basic, so I went the most...
It's a guy you brought up who has a house in Malta.
George Clooney?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the espresso guy.
No.
No.
Nespresso.
I have an ER
I
blanket.
do like his little coffee maker.
This is a fun game, though. What's...
It's also not his. They
Awesome.
paid him to.
I know, but he's got a
is
stake in the
pretty good.
company, by the way. They
it
paid
doesn't-
him.
It is pretty good.
the guy from Magic Mike. No? With the muscles? No,
Channing
it's not him?
Tatum?
Channing Tatum.
No, no.
Okay, well, you said basic white girl, and
Is
I'm
this
going
a
with all the
movie?
basic white girl stuff.
Is it a guy from a movie that
Yes.
we have seen?
Ryan Gosling?
Somebody
Ryan
help
Reynolds.
us.
At least
Someone named
some-
Ryan.
Somebody help us on the YouTube
but I know
stream. Say
somebody
something.
in this room has seen.
Mike Judge.
What? No. Okay. Come
I
on.
don't have.
You
a
said
theory.
someone
Finish
in
your
this room?
Finish your sentence, please.
I would say that I know this movie or movies he's been a part of. At least one person in this room has seen.
Which person?
Oh,
Is it Bubba?
Edward Cullen.
Oh,
it's what's his name?
well,
Robert
the Twilight
Pattinson.
Robert
guy.
Pattinson.
Sure
yeah,
is.
I
Yeah,
should
you're
have
right.
known.
As soon as you said, we figured it out. It was super obvious.
As soon as you said
That's
it, I
the
knew.
guy
and-
from the
The
Twilight.
vampire, sparkly
thing.
vampire.
Twilight.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That
yeah.
blanket
I've
is
seen
ice
that
cold.
movie. I've seen
You
it.
have?
Yeah, remember we talked
Okay.
On purpose?
Yeah, it was terrible.
See, I
mean,
still,
it was
I still
bad.
like all the Twilight movies too.
Y'all.
Saying it again. I have
no,
missed out. I can't
man.
believe 23 and a half years that we have been friends. I wish it had become a regular thing for to watch movies together because I would love to watch some of these movies with Big D. The two of us are such cynical old men
boy, it's
who could.
really,
it would be
really
so
bad.
much fun.
And I read the books
And
before
Bubba
they even
actually
become
likes it.
movies.
Yeah.
He's half chick, and it's so bad. It's so poorly done from a production
The
standpoint.
books are way better than the
It
movies.
is so badly done. It's
But
like
I do love Alice.
it's like it's shot on the wrong film speed. It's like it's just off.
And
it
it's
just
blue.
feels wrong.
Everything's blue.
It was
yeah.
the filter was weird.
Well, they did
and
I
that
have
to
no
show it was
desire-
overcast.
no desire to watch Twilight at all, but I would totally watch it with the four of us in a room if
You ever
somebody was
watch-
filming that.
You ever watch something on the BBC and it just kind of looks funky?
Yeah, because they use like weird cameras.
It's,
There
the-
is a problem trying to watch British shows. A lot of those British mysteries pop up, and I think, oh yeah, I'm going to watch this because I love the idea of England, and it is so
it's
drab.
It's like Mexican
It's all dreary.
soap operas. They
Yeah.
also look weird.
Also bad.
Oh no, I
Oh,
love
man.
Mexican
I feel
like
novellas.
We
oh,
used to
telenovelas
watch the
are
tent
awesome.
We used to watch telenovelas in college as a drinking game. That was the most fun. We would have like 7 or 8 people in the room, and none of us speak Spanish, and so we would just try to figure out what they were saying. And it was like your job. Everybody had a job. There would be a new scene. I'm like, all right, you're the guy with the mustache, you're the lady, and you're the other lady. And then we'd just try to like translate what was going on.
Oh, I love that. Would you turn the volume down a little bit?
Just a little bit. It doesn't matter because we can't. They talk so fast.
And
like even if you have
Patrick's
basic
loud enough,
Spanish.
So
too.
everyone, whenever your character would talk, you would just
'cause
have to
the
come up
scene
with what they're
always-
saying.
In a soap opera, especially back then, it was like 20 years ago. The scene would set like, and it always kind of opens, and you can see the 3 people who are going to be in that scene. You know, and so it's like, all right, I'll take the short guy, you take the tall guy, and you take the lady. Okay, go. And then every time they would talk, we would just translate. But we're not really translating.
Paul, he's not really your mother.
You know, Paul, I don't know if you know this, but I found Cheetos in your glove compartment.
I would
Cheetos?
rock this
Oh
game.
my god, it's so much fun.
I do that like
It
when
is
I'm
so
people
much
watching.
fun, and we're all, of course, hammered, and so everything gets
It's hilarious.
weird. Everything gets weird. It's just intentionally weird. It's
That
like,
is so funny.
last night you were sleepwalking, and you were, rubbing Vaseline on the paintings. Why? He goes, well, of course, if I was sleepwalking, why would I know why? And it matches. It always does. It's just so fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Oh gosh! And then one of my friends was dating this girl who English was her second language, and she said Spanish was her first language. And we asked her to come over one time, and she was like, "This is super offensive." I'm like, "No, it's not, because they could be speaking any other language right there, and we would be doing the same thing."
Yeah.
It's like this has nothing to do with what they're actually saying. It's just that it's on TV. It's super dramatic, and we don't know what's going on.
You know, you could do this with any movie. You just change it the language.
The language, yeah. To the whatever.
yeah.
But it's
Something
more
you don't
fun
know.
when it's when they're saying it, like, it's not dubbed. They're literally saying it. So just go get a foreign movie and turn the subtitles off.
There you go.
I'm in on this.
And try to figure out what they're saying. But the reason telenovelas are the best for this is because all soap operas are bad. I'm not saying telenovelas are bad. Like, they're all bad. It's soap operas. It's super dramatic. They have those moments where they just
I know. Oh my God.
stare
yes.
down at each
Yes,
other.
yeah,
That's like it's so great.
What does that smell?
Everything is over the top. Exactly. Over the top. But why? Why is the Doberman in your bed? It's just
You
random.
know why the Doberman's in my
And
bed.
of course, we all have that terrible accent.
I know. It is,
But I mean,
why are we not
Well,
doing
that's
this?
the problem is that you guys are doing the accent. If you didn't do the accent, it wouldn't be offensive. So maybe you should do a different
Stop
accent.
being
Not
offended.
offensive.
It's
You
not
do redneck
offensive. It's
accent.
funny.
Jeez.
We'll do it with British accents instead, and it'll be even stupider. But you got to have an accent because it's dumb. It's being silly.
I think that is great.
Oh, yeah. Do that with the boys next time they're both in a room. Just pull up and tell them and like see what they do.
They're too dumb.
They're
Gunner would be like, wait, what? What are we doing?
You don't even have to do
My
it.
fav-
Just pull up the scene and try to figure out what's going on
My favorite
without
thing-
knowing what they're saying.
My favorite Gunner story is we were all sitting at the table, and he wanted to make some toast. We don't have a toaster. We have a toaster oven. And he goes, hey, and there's all kinds of options, for you can bake in it,
bake,
broil, whatever.
toast. Yeah.
He goes, I'm gonna make some toast. Now he doesn't really talk like this, but it's kind of the way.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way he is, though. It's
Right,
kind of that, kind of a dumb jock kind of guy. And he goes, Zach, how do I make toast? Zach goes,
Zach, who, by the way, if you've never listened before, is totally the opposite of Gunner.
Yeah.
And uses it,
He
against
gets
him.
all the brains.
he said,
all of
he
them.
says, open it and put your bread in, and then select toast, and then hit start. And Gunnar goes, wait, what? and Zach just stares at him. He goes, Zach, what? He goes, Gunnar, figure it out. Whatever.
And he didn't make toast.
No, yeah, we
No.
did. He
Oh,
finally
he's
figured it.
fig-
But that whole thing is, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what do I do? That's what he said. Wait, what do I do? Poor guy. Good Lord.
Ah,
God, if he couldn't kill a baseball, he wouldn't be in college.
yeah, I see that.
He's like, man, he would be one of the, he was like, I can see myself doing like a trade. I could see myself, if I don't go play pro ball, I could see myself doing like, or be a Marine.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you'd be a great Marine. You'd be really good. You'd be-
There's something to be said though for guys like that. He might have been differently if he couldn't. If around the age of 14 he couldn't, hit the baseball. He might have actually shifted his personality a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Part of that makes you that way. My nephew was a jock. He was a baseball player. Same thing, and he didn't have to try. And then he went into a trade and became an aircraft mechanic. He was really good at it, and so he didn't have to try. He didn't have to do any of that. He got injured, and his legs and his hands don't work now. So he went back to college and became like a mechanical engineer.
Oh.
And you're like, really? Turns out he's really, really smart. He just didn't. He
Didn't
never
develop
had to
that
tap
part of
into
himself
that.
because
No.
he didn't need it.
Didn't need it. Didn't really care about it. And he was, he was athletic and he was good with his hands. So I'm not going to learn that crap.
Yeah.
And so,
And that's for everyone,
That's
for all of
everyone.
us.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how smart I would be if I didn't need to walk? Like, that would be crazy because I know.
I think it might be too late for you, bro.
I know. That is true. So the brain stops developing, at
like
25?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. So you might be stuck this way, but
But we love you. That's,
Yeah.
we
Might
like you
be.
just the way you
just the way. Okay.
are. Billy Joel.
Is that Billy Joel?
Barry White.
No, Billy Joel singing that.
Barry White.
I love you
Barry
just
White.
the way you are. And that keyboard with the weird sound. That
That's not. Wait, that's not a saxophone.
No, it's a keyboard. No, right?
Yeah, it's keyboard.
We're looking at Carson like she knows, and Carson hates Billy Joel more than anyone.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yes, that was great.
Just the way you are.
I will give you,
is-
he's an amazing songwriter, but
Not a
delivery.
not a fan.
It's weird.
I like other people doing Billy Joel songs.
I've turned them. That's the way I feel about the Beatles. But like, we were talking about like Bruce Springsteen and all. We have all these people that we had that 200 whatever list, 200 greatest vocalists. They left so many great singers off of this. They put so many mediocre people ahead of legends. I mean, just mediocre.
Mediocre.
Okay, but
Say it
it was
right.
just crazy. It's like, we should have our own list. We should just put our own list out there. Then everybody would be like,
Nobody
oh.
cares.
No,
I hate when people put out their own lists. Like this is our list of the people to watch for in 2023.
Oh, how
Like-
many? Look, I'm just going to say it.
Man.
How many radio idiots, people that we're friends with on Face, like they're like, hey, I'm going to give you my top 10 songs of 2022. No
Man,
one
couldn't
cares.
care less.
No one
One of
cares.
the trade
one
magazines
cares.
reached out, 2 of them actually, and asked me if I would do a top 10 for last year. And I'm like, nobody cares what I think. I mean, and that's just for inside the music industry where people might actually care, and I still don't think they care. But like, no, man, if you are so smug that you think people care about your personal top 5 or people to watch for, and whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Here's some people to watch for. Ernest. You know,
Harvey.
like the people you already know. Lainey Wilson's going to be
Lainey
huge this
Wilson.
year.
Like,
I don't know if y'all know.
Okay.
Do you think being on Yellowstone makes her blow up even more?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Lainey Wilson was
Well,
already
also
riding
because
that train. But
but she was also releasing a new song after every episode, and I think that became appointment listening. At that point, you want to hear new Lainey Wilson music. There it is.
God, what a smart
and
thing.
then
So
if you
smart.
guys, we were out when this happened, but I mean, and then everybody started talking about her booty, and then it
I
got
know,
even
it became
bigger.
a thing.
It became like a whole thing.
Yeah,
like
and-
because it
and-
was not country fans. It was like some random
Yeah.
guy posted a thing on TikTok going,
Maybe I
"Look,
do like country music.
Yeah, and it was like it was Lainey Wilson singing on stage, turned mostly to the side, and he was like, you know, and he
I love, sorry, but I love when she makes fun of it.
yeah,
Like
and then she came back because that video blew up like 5 million views, and people are like,
see,
"Who
I
is
didn't
this?
see any of
I never
that.
heard of this chick." And so she was starting to get
Yeah.
other people. Then it became like a war because Lauren Elena posted a picture of herself in a mirror and said, "You know,
Hey, how
I
about
was here
this?"
first." And Lainey was like, "What?" She goes, "That's the biggest booty I ever seen." Lainey said that because she goes, "But I've never actually seen mine because it's behind me." And I was like, "Oh, this is."
But
they-
see, if
they
it was
started a
so
little
big,
thing.
you'd still be able to see it.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so
Jelly
that
roll.
became
I
like
can
a
see
whole
mine
thing.
from right here.
Jelly Rolls entered the chat.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ladies.
Excuse me, ladies. Let me show you all the real big backside. Here we go.
He's awesome.
All right.
All right, anything else you guys?
No,
What
that's
did you
it.
do to my saying?
I wrote the same, but in different, words.
See, that's a good accent to use too for.
Oh yeah, for the
the game.
telenovelas thing.
Everybody there has to be
Somebody's
Scottish.
Scottish accent.
Carson, you going to join us?
No. I'm really bad at accents.
That's not Vaseline.
I
We
don't
were
know.
out of it.
You do a great
What
accent.
is
What was it?
The little whiny girl accent.
Oh,
you
I do affectations.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
she
do
does
That's all my
affectations.
favorite stuff.
I mean, if you want me to join in,
Yeah, so
I can
that's
pretend that I'm
Carson's character.
ordering a coffee.
So every time, and you have to be the voice of a guy, like a manly guy.
Oh,
whenever
okay,
you do
yeah.
that,
You have
to
a
do
manly
that
guy voice?
No, that's the voice to
That
go with the manly guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get this suit tailored. I wanted it 3 buttons, and I only put 2.
Yeah. It's kind of like whose line is it anyway? Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Where they do all that
Yes.
stuff,
But
which I
you're
didn't realize is pre-done,
Scripted?
Yeah, they work on it. They know ahead of time what it is.
All improv. They have some of it is improv, but they work on.
Yeah,
like,
they have a
know.
premise ahead
They have
of
a whole
time.
thing where they're
Yeah.
gonna go.
The one
Yeah.
with oh god, he's from This Is Me, man. He's from New Orleans and he has funny hair and he loses
Richard
weight.
Simmons.
Richard Simmons. The one with Richard Simmons when they ride Richard Simmons. Have you not seen his
Yeah,
Was
that's
he
a
on Who's-
classic
was it
one.
actually him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
a classic one.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
I'll have to
good.
Google that.
Man.
Like he has, I don't forget what it is now, but they actually end up being on him, like physically on top
Oh
of
my
him. And Richard is like,
Little.
I forget now. It's great. Anyway, all right. Thank you guys.
I'm gonna go look for that. All right, so we'll see you next week. Bye.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day.
Said the same,
It was the podcast.
but different.